My mother-in-law wore white to my wedding, so I announced her arrest warrant during my vows. My mother-in-law Brianna arrived at my wedding in a full white ball gown with a cathedral train longer than mine. She walked down the aisle before me, throwing rose petals, wearing a veil, waving at guests like she was the bride. My husband James stood frozen at the altar, his face crimson as she took her seat in the front row, adjusting her train to spread across the entire space. This was her final move in a 6-month campaign to destroy our wedding. She'd called our venue pretending to be me and canceled our booking, told the caterer we wanted to change everything to foods I'm allergic to, sent corrected invitations with wrong dates to half our guests. But James insisted she was just struggling with him getting married. Standing at the altar, looking at her smirking in white, I knew this would never stop unless I ended it now. 3 weeks earlier, Detective Jason had contacted me. Brianna had been using my identity for 2 years, opening credit cards, taking loans, filing tax returns in my name. They'd built their case and planned to arrest her after our honeymoon to avoid disrupting the wedding. But seeing her in that dress, I decided disruption was exactly what we needed. When the officiant asked if anyone objected, Brianna actually started to stand. That's when I raised my hand. Actually, I have something to say, the crowd murmured. James looked panicked. Brianna, would you please stand? She stood, smiling triumphantly. You look beautiful in white. Is that what you're planning to wear to your arraignment? Her smile froze. What? Detective Jason, are you here? A man in the third row stood. I'd invited him as a +1. Brianna Henderson, you're under arrest for identity theft, wire fraud, and tax evasion. The room exploded. Brianna tried to run, but her ridiculous train caught on chairs. She thrashed around screaming that I was setting her up while the detective cuffed her. James, tell them, she shrieked. Tell them she's lying. James stood frozen. Mom, what did you do? I did it for you. She's not good enough. I was protecting you. As the detective led her out, I turned to the crowd. There's more. Brianna used the stolen money to hire someone to seduce me. She wanted me to cheat so James would leave me. I played a recording from my phone. Brianna's voice filled the venue. Get her drunk. Get her to your apartment. All you need is one compromising photo. James went pale. His father stood up. I want a divorce, Robert announced. Then he looked at me. I'm sorry I didn't protect you from her. Also, Brianna's been embezzling from my company. That's why Detective Jason is really here. The wedding guests gasped. Then James's aunt Helen stood. I helped her, Helen confessed, with the identity theft. Brianna promised me half. Another detective I'd invited stood up. Helen, Jason, we need to talk. My maid of honor grabbed the microphone. Anyone else have crimes to confess? Because apparently this is what we're doing now. James's cousin stood. Brianna's been blackmailing me for 5 years. She has photos from when I was a stripper. Makes me pay monthly or she'll send them to my husband's boss. 3 more relatives stood with their own Brianna crime stories. Embezzlement, blackmail, fraud. She'd been running a crime ring using family as accomplices and victims. You knew? James asked me quietly. For 3 weeks. Why didn't you tell me? I tried. You said I was being dramatic. James looked around at his family being arrested, then back at me. My entire family is going to prison. Not all of them. Your dad seems nice. He laughed. Actually laughed. Still want to marry me? There's one more thing. I took a deep breath. I'm pregnant. 8 weeks. Your mother knew. She found the test when she broke into our apartment. That's why she escalated. The room went silent. She broke into our... James stopped, shook his head. Of course she did. Then he took my hands. I don't care if my family's going to prison. I love you. We're having a baby. Can we please get married before someone else gets arrested? Wait! Brianna's voice came through the detective's phone. She'd called from the police car. Check James's birth certificate. Check the date. 8 months after my wedding, not 9. Robert went rigid. Brianna, don't. He's not your son, Robert. You're sterile. You've always been sterile. Everyone turned to stare at James and Robert. I faked the fertility treatments. Brianna continued through the phone. Used a sperm donor. Donor number 447 from Portland Cryobank. James, your real father is some medical student who needed beer money in 1997. Robert collapsed into a chair. James stood frozen. I saved the receipts. Brianna screamed. Check my safe. The combination is your fake birthday, Robert. The detective muted his phone. We'll need to process that as evidence. I looked at my fiancé, who'd just learned his entire parentage was a lie. His mother was a criminal, his father wasn't his father, and he was about to be a dad himself. So, I said, want to skip the reception? James pulled me close. Vegas? Vegas. We walked out together, leaving the chaos behind. As we reached the door, the officiant called out, wait, you're not officially married. James and I looked at each other, then at the disaster of our wedding. Perfect, we said in unison, and kept walking. Full story on channel link below.